Wah! Hey guys, Aaron Belford here, and today, like I told you yesterday, we're going to be looking at EOS HD's different color profiles for the Canon 6D Mark II. Yesterday we looked at log profiles. Now, since EOS HD had a couple other profiles in their pack when I downloaded it, we're going to start discussing those ones. There were 10 different color profiles that we were working with EOS HD's color profile pack that I downloaded yesterday. And those would have been C-Log, which was the one that we tested out yesterday, and that one mimics Canon's log color profile. And then there was Chrome, and that one is just a little bit more punchy. Then we have Cinema 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we also have Mono Atoms, and we had Monochrome, Scarlet, and then Vivid Skin Tones. And as you can imagine, all those have different looks. Well, going through all of them, I really only enjoyed C-Log, and that was just because it served a purpose. And that purpose was for us to get as much dynamic range out of the video that we were recording as possible. All the other 9, they just seem to be like add-ons to it, to kind of justify the $19.99 price tag for it. Really, in all honesty, I think if C-Log was good enough, 20 bucks, that's no problem to spend on it. But I'm not really sure if it's going to work out for me. I'm having my doubts. Technicolor's CineStyle, that I really like. And actually, right now, I'm shooting in CineStyle. Why? Because I feel like it's just a little bit more there. I feel like C-Log went a little bit too far, and I'm really afraid that that color profile is going to be way too flat. This is a 16-bit camera as far as the amount of color depth that it's recording at, but then again, we're not recording in true C-Log. We're not recording in a true RAW format. So when you put C-Log on there, maybe it's not going to work quite as well. This is more of a JPEG version of a movie as opposed to a RAW version of a movie. You guys can take a look at what we have as far as what I recorded. First we did some stuff outside, then we did some stuff inside, and I'll let you guys take a look at it and judge for yourself. Now, what I want you guys to remember is that all this footage was recorded and it has not been color graded. This right now that you're watching, it has been color graded. Why? Because I have the opportunity to. And this isn't one of EOS HD's color profiles. So I'm not really feeling like I need to give you the raw sense of this. I want to color grade it, I want to make it look good. And if you see yesterday's video, you'll kind of see what that color grading looks like in the video. Let's take a look at what these different color profiles look like outside. Now today I wore the red hat, I went outside, which is going to give me a brighter sky, plus I made sure to have the hat on so I was casting a shadow on my face, because this is what I wanted to try to get. I want to try to see how it did with the highlights in the sky, see if they're blowing it out. 2, I wanted to see how the red looked against the other colors, because red is a channel that tends to blow out pretty easily, I find, in video. 3, I want to see what the skin profiles look like, because like I said before in my other videos, I always feel like I come off a little rosy myself, like I've got a little too much red in my skin tone. I like to look a little tanner, even though I'm a white dude from way up north, so I'm about as pale as an albino. It just works out that way. And also I want to see with the baseball cap on, the shadows in my face and how it would actually read with those shadows. So let's take a look at that. Hey guys, Aaron Belford here. We're testing out the EOS HD color profiles, the other ones that I mentioned yesterday. So right now what we're shooting in is C-Log from EOS HD. Now, what I want to take a look at here is the highlights in the sky, the shadows in my face, the red of the hat, and the skin tones. Because all of this together really should not make for a good mix, but we've got massive highlights blowing out, should be blowing out, but it looks like I'm recovering a lot of them in the monitor there. And the shadow from this hat here is also going to be causing problems. Plus, I always notice red, like really bright red, tends to be a problem in video. And then skin tones also, like I said before, always kind of create this rosacea look. So let's move on to the next profile and see what that one looks like. All right, here we go. This one is their chrome profile. Now, what I see in the monitor here is the red is definitely more red. There's more red in the skin tones too. The sky looks a little bit blown out, but I'll be able to tell more later. But you guys can kind of see, here's chrome. Now let's look at the next one. Okay, here's Cinema 1. Now, Cinema 1 is really, really blown out with the colors and stuff like that. Super saturated. I'm not liking this one at all. I can't ever see me using something like this, but it's a different option. And then when I look at the sky too, the sky is really, really bright, and the face, like the shadows, are really, really dark. So, not a big fan of this one. Let's check out the next one. All right, guys, here we go. This is Cinema 2. Once again, really, really heavy. It almost looks a little bit more heavy than Cinema 1. I'm definitely not liking it. The highlights are way blown out. The shadows are dark, but not too dark. Let's see what the next one looks like. Okay, here's Cinema 3. This one's looking a little bit nicer, at least from what I can tell on the monitor here. The red's not super red. The skin tones aren't super, super bright. Or I shouldn't say the skin tones aren't super red. The highlights are still really blown out here, but the shadows, they're pretty much the same as all of them. So let's check the next one out. Once again, this one, Cinema 3. All right, this one is Cinema 4. Now, Cinema 4 seems to be doing a little bit better on the shadows. I'm not blowing out the highlights as much, and the reds look okay. They're still a little more saturated than I like, and the skin tones are okay from what I can tell. Let's check out the next one now. All right, this one is Mono Atoms. This one's a little bit darker. It's kind of noir as far as the black and white goes. I don't think I'd ever use a black and white profile straight out of camera, because then I'd never have the option to actually bring back any color. So this one I probably wouldn't use, and I definitely wouldn't use it for stills or whatnot, just for the fact that when I do stills, I can capture raw. So you might as well capture raw. Well, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, this one now, guys, this one's monochrome. And once again, it's another monochrome. I probably wouldn't use it straight out of camera. Maybe, but I would rather do the adjustment in Premiere. But it's not as dark as Mono Atoms is. So, I don't know. Let's check out the next one. All right, guys, as you can see, this one's really red, and you can imagine what the name is. This one's Scarlet. And I definitely do not like this one. The red is really blown out, and I only think that this would work well is if I was using it in an area that had a lot of green tones to it. But, I don't know. We got one more to go. Okay, this final one is Vivid Skin Tone. This is almost as red as the Scarlet was. Not really a big fan of it. Everything's really super saturated. I don't think I'd ever use this as a profile. Between all of these, I think the only thing that I would use really from EOS HD would be the C-Log. And just for a frame of reference, I'm going to put CineStyle back on and show you what that looks like, and then we're going to go back to C-Log, all right? Okay, this right here, this one is CineStyle. And CineStyle is looking pretty good, looking pretty, you know, what I'm used to. It's not as grayed out as C-Log is. The red looks good, the skin tones look good. I've got detail back in the sky, and my shadows are looking good in the face. I'm liking this one the most, but I'm really gonna give C-Log a try today. And we're gonna shoot everything in C-Log and see what the video looks like afterwards. So let's switch back to C-Log. All right. Back to C-Log again, and it's funny because after going through all those other presets, I really am appreciating C-Log much, much more. All right, and I'm also gonna do some different lighting scenarios too, with some indoor light and stuff like I did in the last video with the toy, all right? Okay, back now. You guys got to see what it looked like with the skin tones, with the normal person. Basically, you got to see what it looked like with a person outside. Now, let's see what it looks like under some incandescent lights and some low light situations. And for that, I brought in one of my kids' toys again. So this is a different one, no longer the fire truck. This one's gonna be the pirate ship. So you'll see how all the different color profiles work with that pirate ship. Let's hit that one up right now. All right guys, there it is. There's the outside and the inside test. There's the 10 different color profiles that you guys can choose from. Right now, I'm not making my decision on it because I haven't worked with it in Premiere yet. I haven't tried to color grade it. I haven't tried to see what it's gonna look like. Really, in all honesty, for the next couple days, I'm gonna be flipping off back and forth between the CineStyle and the C-Log, and we'll see which one of those looks better. I've got those naturally set up here on the camera, so whenever I flip into any sort of video, I'm gonna grab onto one of those color profiles. Personally, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use both color profiles, but I'm gonna use them for different situations. When I have extreme lighting situations, I will probably end up using the C-Log because it's more of a flat profile. When I don't have to actually push as much as far as being able to grab that dynamic range, I'm going to use the CineStyle. But I'll be using them back and forth. When I give a more comprehensive review of these two styles, once we start color grading it, that's when you'll be able to find out which one I like better. So till that point in time, stay with me on this one, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Oh yeah, and if you like this video, hit that like button down there. If you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button down there. So till tomorrow, I'll catch you later. I'm out.